Hey guys, it's Ben Trache here. We're going to be teaching you another exercise today. This one will be on the overhead squat. I got my friend Kevin Hughes from 360 Fitness to give me a hand in demonstrating the exercise. He's got quite a bit of knowledge on the Olympic powerlifting field, so that is why I got him to help me out. We're going to teach you the technicalities of the lift, form checks, as well as where your grip should be, and a few other things that will really help you out. Okay, here guys, I'm going to show you the different places you can put your hands on the bar. Here you'll see Kevin has his hands roughly 5 to 6 inches off the end of the bar where the weights go on. This is really more or less where you'll find people will put their hands for an overhead squat. It really depends on the flexibility of the shoulder joint that any given person has. He has pretty good flexibility as he does stretch quite a bit. Here you'll see in a second that much more wide grip. This is for people that have low flexibility or very little flexibility in their shoulder joint. It causes problems when you get that bar overhead, rotation in the shoulder and leaning forward, which you will see later on in the video. A close grip here. Typically, I don't recommend this for anybody just because it is so close. More advanced powerlifters potentially could use this grip, but it is a little bit too close, so we stay away from that. Okay, guys, here you'll see Kevin and his approach to the bar. First off, he's going to put his hands where he is comfortable doing an overhead squat once he gets that bar above head. There's a few different ways to get that bar above head, such as a clean and press, but in the front rack position you will have to adjust your hands. And then there also is the snatch, which allows you to have that wide grip that we talked about previously, but it isn't a very advanced Olympic powerlifting move. So I just recommend going from a back squat as Kevin's demonstrating here. He does just press the bar overhead very nicely, regular shoulder press I would call it. He does this because there is no weight on the bar. If he did need to get it overhead with weight on the bar, he'd just use a little bit of a push press through his legs. Big thing to start off with is Kevin's arms are locked out. It's very nice to see that, as well as a nice straight wrist. You don't want a bent wrist when you're doing your overhead squat. He's got a very nice chain as well, and what I mean by that is that bar is orientated over top the midline of his foot all the way through his lift. He keeps his chest up, his chin out, and he really pushes his butt back, making sure that his legs are doing all the work. A lot of weight isn't going through his knees. What you will find is if you do have an inflexibility in your shoulder joint, when you get into the low end of your overhead squat, the bar is going to want to rotate forward. And what will happen is you'll have to get out of the overhead squat. As Kevin comes down, he absorbs the weight through his legs very well. If you have a lot of weight on that bar, it is nice to do that. Just cushions the fall a little bit. In this view, the posterior view, you'll be able to see the different flexibilities that Kevin does have and he does possess because he does stretch every day. Big thing as he gets down into that ass to ass squat, he does demonstrate that straight locked out arm very nicely, his straight wrists as well. The big thing too, dealing with flexibility, is feet stay firmly on the ground. This is because his IT bands as well as hips are very flexible. What you will see in people that don't have that flexibility is as they go down into that overhead squat, as Kevin's doing right here, the outside of their feet will actually come off the ground because they don't have that flexibility. So if you don't have that flexibility and you are learning that overhead squat, you might need to find out how to ditch that bar properly or get out of harm's way, so to speak, when you have weight on the bar. So we put a couple light weights on there for Kev to demonstrate the proper way to ditch a bar. So when people get into trouble, they over-rotate forward sometimes, and you can just jump out from behind the bar as Kevin did there. That is the first way. The second way, maybe if your arms are starting to over-rotate backwards, you can just chuck that bar back by jumping forward and snapping your hands off that bar, or just sliding your hands off the bar and dropping the weight like that. Hopefully that video kind of helped you guys out in instructing you to get that overhead squat started. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please do leave a comment on the YouTube page and we'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. My name is Ben Trache. Thank you very much for listening. Hope it was instructional and technical for you. And come to you soon with a new video. Thank you very much. Bye now.